Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Looking to throw, it's Jenkins. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Man, the quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. FIU will line up to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. On the run, it's Sands.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Hauls it in.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. The defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The toss to the right. Can't get him to the ground. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Florida Atlantic comes to the line on 1st and goal. Motion from the wideout. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone.
And this connection is on fire to start the season. Not 1, not 2, 3 games in a row he's got a receiving touchdown. They continue to find the playmaker, and I don't think it's going to end.
Extra point. And the extra point is good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Mountain West, and it sure is playing out that way. Utah State has the lead right now. Logan has been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by a field goal over Air Force. Any change of momentum, any notable highlights from Mountain West country, we'll let you know, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Runs through the tackle. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. FIU pushing tempo. Quick release by the QB. Still running at the 40. It's a seam wide open. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play in there inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
Another FIU.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Setting up the screen. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, FIU. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They have got to shore up their play in the back half.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. The give to the single back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
With the catch, it's Smith. He stopped right at the 22, and that'll bring us to 4th down. Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. Secures it at the 30. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play's over. And that one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. And you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Now, I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Handoff from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts. On that last play.
The Panthers need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
FIU pushing tempo.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage.
Throws toward the end zone. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys.
The defense, and they'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Florida International.
He does a really nice job getting the snap, getting the ball to his wide receiver in stride so he continue to run full speed and make all those yards after the catch and get all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. 40 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. Got room at the 35. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Tempo and overdrive.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one.
And it just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere.